Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of HD Philosophy Plays Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We're going to continue through the what if episodes, exploring more of the intertwining storylines with Vegeta, particularly what happens if we actually stayed on the track of Piccolo following us when we went and fought Raditz, and we can see what we can accomplish there as far as the what ifs go. But so far I'm really enjoying myself, you know. Like I said in the last video, you know, I've never really rewatched Dragon Ball with my new eyes, although it's tough because I have such a long relationship with Vegeta, who is my favorite character, if you haven't figured it out by now. So reliving it might be much more difficult, just of how close I am with the character himself and the way he's evolved, as I talked about in episode 1. But we'll do our best. Let's explore. You know, that's what we do here in philosophy. We explore. We're not so focused on reaffirming the beliefs that we have now, but rather exploring the nuance and exploring into new uncharted territory to figure things out. And I would love to be wrong in this instance. I would love to see the depth of Dragon Ball with my new eyes. Like, one thing I can say that hit me much more recently is Goku's character, because before I never really understood Goku's character, but with my love of Batman and things like that, I started noticing what Goku really represented. The biggest thing that hit me was my studies in Daoism. Specifically, if you look at like the first sentence in Daoism, that which can be explained is not the eternal. What Goku really represents is the world of Dragon Ball, as in Goku's philosophy, his way of going about things. He's correct in his pursuits. And if you notice, if you analyze Goku himself, he's not fairly logical, you know? He's just very genuine in what he seeks. He has that extreme virtue of spirit. He's watered that virtue of not only exploration, but of fighting, you know? But maybe I'll make a video about this. One thing that really separates Goku from Vegeta is Goku is much more of a philosopher in that he's seeking out truth. He changes. He seeks out wisdom. And so his thing is, the goal of which he aims is a Philosophia. He seeks it to get better and flourish as an individual. Very virtue-centric, very Confucian-centric when it comes to philosophical discovery. But what holds Vegeta back is he's very Philonikia. He's very focusing on the victory itself and what that entails. And there's a lot of characteristics of these two different aims. One of them for the negative, one thing that possesses me is that Philonikia, especially when it comes to competitions. And in that way, you are prioritizing victory over everything else, victory over knowledge, victory over learning something new. Like, finding new areas is always to the aim of victory, not for the aim of wisdom itself. And that's the incorrect aim, something that Goku has over Vegeta. So this is something I kind of hit me much more in modern times than back in the day, obviously. So anyway, that's something I wanted to share with you folks. It's gonna kind of just hit me as I was speaking with you, that I hadn't talked about that before. But with that said, let's get into the what if episodes and see what we can gain on this discovery of philosophy within Dragon Ball. All right, so unable to defeat in elapsed time. All right. So we will defeat Raditz for this what if episode. Gonna have to cheese him though, because he dodges incredibly well.
Since you're going to be eradicated anyway, let me share a little something with you. The two Saiyans I mentioned earlier, they're even more powerful than me.
I didn't even attack you. I was holding the square and then you did that. Yeah, this is insane.
For a lifetime and never even come close to that level. But
see, what's the purpose? What's
my warning? You're not going to survive another day anyhow.
We're settling this right here and now. Training non-stop.
stop to develop a sure kill technique.
Real?
Impossible!
Yeah. Only problem is it takes some time to charge up before I can use it. So I'm gonna need you to fight him alone until then, if you can handle it.
Gotcha. I'll take care of him. All right, let's go. Take this. We're settling this right here and now.
See if I get it in time. Boom. I think that should send us on the other one.
I don't think
Sparking episode.
he's got the will to fight anymore.
He doesn't have the
Someone
will.
who'd want to kill all my friends and family is no brother of mine.
All right.
Now you better get the hell off this planet and never come back here again.
It's kind of the anti all his family type of feeling,
Come on.
right?
You're gonna be okay.
Okay, now on that note, all right. I know a lot of people love that meme when it comes to Vin Diesel's character in Fast and the Furious, like, you know, and nothing stronger than family. But just because you're family doesn't mean like all is forgiven. Like, look in this case. Raditz is his brother, you know, his blood brother. They weren't raised together. He might as well be a stranger, but that's what he is. He's a stranger, right? Well, as I was being raised in Hawaii, you can imagine that there's a lot of family. I run into a lot of family. Now, something that's always separated me and somebody like my dad, for example, is for my dad, it's family no matter what. And for me, it was like, no, you can't just have family no matter what when you have a lot of people who are absolutely seeking your downfall. And what I meant was I had cousins that were perfectly happy with my situation as long as I wasn't improving myself, as long as there wasn't any form of self-improvement whatsoever. These particular cousins, they actually lived on the fact that they would just talk smack about other people. In fact, they had nothing better to say than to talk crap about other people. And so everybody else was kind of like their punching bag in order for them to have a conversation whatsoever. It's like, those aren't the type of people you want to surround yourself with. There was a great book I read by Tony Robinson, Awaken the Giant Within. And he says, avoid negative people like your life depends on it. Because in a lot of instances, it does. And that changed the way I thought about things. Why keep people around who actually prefer your demise? Why keep people around who only want to keep you around to show that they're better than you? Like, if you start doing better than them, well, then they try to knock you back down. Because if you're doing well, then that means they have no other excuse to hide behind, you know?
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it.
And I ended up going to school, and I was never thought of as intelligent. I just fell in love with philosophy, and philosophy unlocked my intelligence. That's why I talk about hidden dragon philosophy, because I truly believe that the classic literature in philosophy, the Platonic dialogues, even like the modernism of Kant and Rene Descartes and David Hume, there's so much wisdom in these academic books, in these meditations. It actually has a way of aligning you in the right way. You know, it aligns you towards something grander. It's like Plato's Symposium. The love of wisdom aligns you towards the truth. It actually makes you a wiser individual, being aligned in that anagogic way. Anagogic being the more you read and the more you study and the more you're aligned, the better individual you become, the higher you rise up the pole, right? And it was like, I legitimately had family who I believe wanted me to just stay a clown for the rest of my life. Because as long as I was a clown, then the eye was on me. I was the proverbial punching bag. I was the one everybody blamed. So it was like, no, I'm sorry, everyone. Family is not an excuse to treat somebody like crap. Family is not an excuse to let somebody go. Now, there are certain instances where there are certain family members who don't deserve or should not be cut off. And for one is my little brother. Now, my little brother and I, we butt heads all the time. And that aspect of cutting out family that were negative, sometimes that I would focus on him. However, I learned, and I came to the conclusion fairly recently, that he is beyond that. that is the individual that is defined as family. I'm never going to cut him out. Now, I hope he doesn't challenge me on that notion, but he exists higher in the totem pole. And maybe that's because he doesn't actually seek my demise all of the time. His whole life isn't geared towards my demise. And as such, he should never be fully cut out of my life. He rises above that. So there is wisdom in understanding the differences between the two. But one thing that, again, separated me was family was never an excuse for somebody to treat you like crap and be able to stay in your life. Because like Tony Robbins says, avoid negative people like your life depends on it, because a lot of times it is. And something a friend of mine once said, dodging negativity is trying to dodge the rain without getting wet. It's only a matter of time before you're soaked.
You're the poorest excuse for a Saiyan that I've ever seen. Now I'll teach
By
you
your
how a
definition.
real warrior should act.
Say your prayers.
What is he?
The hell?
Special beam cannon!
Nice. So in this instance, he's a distraction. Oh, really? You're not going to show the whole?
Bastard! Damn it! Beaten by a filthy maggot!
You saved my life, Piccolo. If you hadn't made a perfect shot, I'd be lying on the ground with him.
Well, truth be told, I'd rather you both be dead and on the ground. But
Really?
your friends would just revive you with the Dragon Balls shortly after anyway.
The Dragon Ball.
That's funny because Piccolo
Yeah.
feels a kind of
Seven combined
camaraderie,
have the power to grant any wish,
a certain responsibility to
even if it brings
Gohan
someone dead back to life.
when Goku and Raditz die. But obviously he doesn't know that.
All go to hell. Still, I thank you for the information. Everything that has happened here today has been transmitted to my two Saiyan comrades deep in outer space. When they've learned that I've been killed, they'll come to avenge me.
Wait, the other two Saiyans. When are they gonna get here?
1 year.
1 year.
Just one short year.
Damn. Two of them? Even stronger than him?
How sweet does that victory taste now? They're going
Yeah.
to wipe you all out. They'll soon have you writhing in agony like the worms you are.
The white screen of migraines. So they start training together. Piccolo's suggestion to convince Chi-Chi to let Gohan take part, and he's still in Piccolo's outfit. It's made him stronger, and meanwhile, two Saiyans approach the Earth. So now we have the what if episode from this side, right?
Gohan!
They got here earlier than expected.
I'll go get some sensu beans from Korin Tower. Piccolo, keep an eye on him for me.
Yeah, they have to make sure Goku's like not around. Like when they show up, so that there can be some casualties, possibly. Okay. They don't all train together, though, in this instance, or did I skip it, you know?
Yamcha!
Oh, nice. Goku saves Yamcha's life.
You're a lifesaver,
Goku!
Must be Kakarot.
You've got a lot of power. I can tell just by looking at you. Goku, let me back you up.
Let's clean up this mess.
Yeah.
Do we get to fight Cybermen? Yes, we do. Stop them from getting all the way. Nope. Stop it.
Take this. We're settling this right here and now.
He keeps trying to get up to like sparking. Not gonna let it. Now what happens in this what if episode? Like how does this change? So we got Yamcha saved. After defeating the Cyberman, Nappa is the next opponent. Ken steps forward, but he and Chaozu are immediately overwhelmed. Then Goku joins. I still don't think Goku would have been able to beat them without King Kai's training. I mean, that might be controversial, and again, I don't know enough about Dragon Ball to... But I mean, come on. I mean, obviously I'm not an expert, but still, I think an argument can be made. There's no way he'd be able to beat them. Wait, I got pulled into it?
You're all starting to piss me off.
Like, how would he beat Vegeta without Kaioken, you know?
Not good.
He could barely touch him. Oh wow.
Damn it.
Okay.
I can barely move my body.
You puny ants!
I need
A sensu bean?
sensu bean.
Jeez. He eats a sensu bean he had in his pocket. Makes a full recovery. Then he notices the change in his body.
I feel even stronger than I did before.
Yeah, he gets a Zenkai boost, but turns to face Gohan.
Piccolo!
Piccolo's gone.
What a moron!
Okay, so that still happens. That kind of makes sense that there would be this break where that would happen. But I mean, now Zenkai boost, or they're trying to say Zenkai boost after getting his butt handed to him by Nappa, means that he's just as strong as he would have been out of King Kai's training. I mean, I guess this is how he's going to beat Nappa here, but how many sensu beans is he going to need? How many Zenkai boosts is he going to need to beat Vegeta?
Get as far away from here as you can.
Dad!
Let's do. I promise.
Preservation of bodies, eh? That's something that's often overlooked.
Waltzing up to me like it's nothing.
See, Vegeta would know, though.
He's grown stronger after
Yeah.
having his wounds healed. But how he's recovered so quickly is cause for concern.
Yeah, because Vegeta would know about the Zenkai boost, obviously.
Might be
Obviously, in order for him to fight Vegeta at all, he would have to beat.
Only Yamcha were here too. Huh? Hey,
He would have to beat Nappa.
just cause you can get back up again doesn't mean you should.
Gotcha. Can I get Meteor Smash out of it? Oh, come on.
we're settling this right here and now.
Ah, too close. Wow, all the way to the ground, huh? Still can't get up. I'm gonna have to double check that again, because
I'm not done yet.
damn. I was hoping to get him before he did that.
Vegeta, I screwed up. Please help me.
You a wall that
I'm gonna have to fight Vegeta's ape one more time. Boom. Oh, come on. Grounded Vegeta? Good.
you've left me no choice. I'll have to become a great ape and grind you to a pulp. Backup source of moonlight. Your lack of knowledge will be your undoing. Now watch
As it is in fighting games often, most fighting games are a knowledge check.
Transformation?
Wait, how'd he get his...
Burst open and mix.
That's pretty cool.
Now I'll finish you off.
What the hell's going on here? So he's some kind of like great ape monster?
Come on. Jesus, he recovers fast.
Krillin, over there. Goku!
So was that a survival thing, or is there another break off from there? Seems like they're precision. And then Chaozu, huh?
Thank you, Chaozu. Good thing you
More
handled-
sensu beans.
But Tien!
Sees his friends defeated. Sparking episode, okay. Would the sensu bean help? Or is he down?
Gonna revive your friend again? Or have you learned to let the weak stay dead? Maybe now you understand what it means to be a Saiyan, Kakarot.
Damn. I'm
Survival
a lot
of the
sensu
fittest,
beans.
right?
Well, then it's time for me to conclude this battle. And you'll be reunited with your friends in one more painful moment. What?
Oh, Goku turned Super Saiyan because of Krillin. It makes sense, but
That's enough.
I mean that would do it, right? You wouldn't be able to contend with a Super Saiyan, obviously, because Frieza couldn't even. Nice.
He transformed?
That's so sick. Oh, goodbye. Okay.
No! What are you?
You shut your mouth. With Piccolo dead, the Dragon Balls are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And Krillin, he's already been killed once and can never be revived again.
So that would do it.
I will never, ever forgive you for this.
This would be a whole different Dragon Ball series, too. No Vegeta and Goku rivalry. Oh.
A magical change of hair color doesn't undo the fact that I far outclass you.
We'll see about that.
Oh, now you've suddenly grown a spine. Every word that escapes your mouth infuriates me all the same.
Get ready to see my
Boo.
full power.
Full power.
Couldn't be. No, that would be impossible. There's no way. Those are just old stories. And even if they're true, only an elite warrior like myself could ascend to those heights. Not some fool like Kakarot. I am the culmination of everything superior in the Saiyan race. It is my right to become the legendary Super Saiyan.
We're settling this right here and now.
Boom. Boom. If he would transform because of that, then that's obviously the way right there. That's obviously the way he would beat him.
How can I be reduced to this? It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
I never want to see you on this planet again.
He wouldn't kill him though, of course.
And I shall never forget this humiliation. My words, Kakarot. I too will surpass the limits of what a Saiyan can do.
Oh, interesting. So then Goku lets him live, but now he knows it's possible to turn into a Super Saiyan, so... Okay. Grieves the lost precious friend, and the Dragon Ball he remembers Krillin mentioned Planet Namek. Yep. It's then that Goku recalls the conversation between Vegeta and Nappa on Planet Namek, yeah. With the help of Bulma and Mr. Popo, they get their hands on the spacecraft, but Goku senses that something will happen to make up his mind to go alone. Alright, Goku's his own.
Dad,
Sorry.
I'm sorry I can't
Interesting.
go with you, but promise me you'll come back with the Dragon Balls.
You got it, Gohan.
Goku arrives on planet Namek. Before him lies a terrible scene. Namekian bodies strew the ground. Goku's dark premonitions become a reality.
Wait!
How can you not
Please
love
don't run
Goku though,
away.
right? So, like I was saying before, okay? Goku represents the virtue, the right way. He represents the Tao. It's like, it's this perfect mix of emotion and rationalism, because he's an idiot in some sense, that he really follows his heart. He really follows the intuition. That's, to me, that's the heart mind right there. It's like this perfect center between the two. It's an intuition towards morality, which Confucianism believes that virtue, which accords a person towards the good, like good, the virtue are the habits that accord you with human morality. And that they exist in all of us as seeds, and some of us water them and other of us don't water them. And the thing is, the people who water their seeds, they grow stronger trees, and those trees branch out to new novel situations. So for Confucianism, there's this concept of actually doing, always doing, performing virtuous acts. And as you perform those virtuous acts, you'll be able to assimilate the new knowledge gathered for new novel situations, and you'll be able to make virtuous decisions in novel situations, because your branch, your tree, your virtuous sprout is so well seeded, so well watered, that it's that strong. And it's like, that's Goku right there. He's that perfect mix. So Goku always has the right way. And for a lot of people, they're like, well, that's just flat right there. No, he is the Dragon Ball storyline because of it. If you can think about it, like, so Batman, his villains are all extremes of his, what could be seen as possible deficiencies within Batman's character. So Two-Face, for example, is the pure unbiased result of virtuous action. So Batman isn't always completely unbiased. That is a impossible ideal. And if you take the virtue of the golden mean, Aristotle's golden mean as a guide, well, that's too far on one side. So Two-Face kind of represents how he flips a coin, the unbiased decision making, and how that would be a negative if left to the extreme. And then of course you've got like Oswald Cobblepot, you've got the Penguin, and he represents that very capitalistic side, you know. And then the Joker is just the complete antithesis to Batman's order. So if you notice, his rogues gallery of villains all are extremes of Batman's character. Same thing with Goku. All of the people who interact around him have a flawed understanding of the world, but he has the correct understanding. So it's like Goku's way is the Tao, is the right way. And everybody kind of realizes that Goku has it right. And this is no more the case than Vegeta himself, right? Vegeta watches Goku and he's like, he shatters everything that he knew, or he thought he knew, about battle, about warfare, even about being a Saiyan. Because if Saiyans are about victory, well, Goku has way more victories than Vegeta does. So it's almost like Goku's way, it should be the path of victory. But Vegeta is so hell-bent and so single-minded on victory himself, he's not noticing that's not Goku's point. Goku isn't single-minded on victory regardless of the cost. Goku is about getting better. Now, in order to get better, though, he needs to understand his weaknesses. So he's seeking the wisdom of almost like flourishing, and the wisdom that entails in flourishing. So he is oriented in the correct way. And so it's like, how can you not like Goku, right? And so that's something, like, even though I've said before, I don't find the interactions to be all that deep. And that's because I feel like Akira Toriyama recycles the same things over and over again. It's like the evil Vegeta gets recycled over and over again instead of showing actual progress. And I can't believe Daima has Vegeta in his Cell outfit. Like, come on, Toriyama, we know you had a reason for having him in his gaudy armor when he first arrived, and then slowly doing away with that gaudy Saiyan armor as he revamps and evolves in his understanding of what it means to be a Saiyan. Something I loved, because my understanding of what it means to be a Hawaiian evolved as Vegeta's did as well. Hence, Vegeta is my spirit animal, my favorite fictional character, near and dear to my heart, because he and I share the same weaknesses. But it's like, come on, in Daima, the fact that he's in his Cell outfit again, nah, he should be in his Boo outfit, that sleeveless blue with his with his gloves for his little shout out right there. I can't believe he's in his Saiyan armor. Anyway, thank you all for that digression, but it's like I'm exploring this in the what ifs with my new eyes as well, and I just wanted to throw that out there. I do understand what Goku represents, and how can you not love Goku? His genuine love. He comes off like Rocky to me, just that genuine spirit, you know? And it's like, he is the heart mind. He is the Confucian heart mind in a fictional character.
Eek! It's okay. I'm not gonna eat you or anything. Huh? Hey!
Who the hell are you? Are you with him?
Those must be the Namekian Dragon Balls I saw on my radar.
They're way bigger, right?
What?
If you're after these, then you must be with him.
Who's him? What do you mean?
Get him!
Get him. That's one of the best ways to avoid what they can normally do. Right in his face, huh? Nope. Just one of them? Thought there was two of them.
He's a tough one. His power level is off the charts.
All right. Ooh.
Huh? This energy.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Vegeta!
Wow. So he made sure to train until he became one too. Resembling self, Vegeta has awakened his own Super Saiyan powers. Vegeta too is searching for the Dragon Balls. Now he stands in Goku's way.
With Frieza out of the way, my fight.
Wait, Frieza out of the way.
Kakarot.
Did he
Now
destroy
become a
Frieza?
Super Saiyan immediately.
Oh, I love this. Two Super Saiyans, but Vegeta with his royal, well, not his royal armor, but his original one.
Can transform into the legendary Super Saiyan.
So sick.
Oh, I see. This little guy's a Namekian. To bring everyone back to life, I have no choice but to take down Vegeta.
Would he be able to, though?
What are you waiting for? Turn Super Saiyan! Or would you rather just lay down and die?
Of course he would. I mean, I'm playing Goku's storyline, so he does beat him. But that is so awesome.
Is this what you wanted?
Indeed. But killing you in this state is the only way to reclaim my honor. I pushed myself to the verge of death to improve my strength. But despite my greatest efforts, I knew deep down that I still hadn't reached your level.
Yeah.
But then, out of the endless rage invoked by the humiliation you left me after our last battle, I became a Super Saiyan and killed Frieza with my own two hands.
Killed Frieza. Oh, I've always thought Frieza's death should have been Vegeta's.
Well, now that
to
you achieved this
Vegeta's
strength,
success.
What do you even need the Dragon Balls for? Why bother killing innocent people like the Namekians?
Simple, because the universe has no room for the weak. So why don't you join me? Nothing will be out of your grasp. What do you say, Kakarot?
I have everything I could ever need, Vegeta.
Yeah. Almost. One day I'll get one of those counters. Can I get the meteor smash? He's right in front of me, but he's blocking. Oh no, I got him. Okay. Boom. Are we both going? No, he wanted to stop me. Ah. Come on. Oh, I have to really check that again. I was trying to end it with an ultimate, but oh well.
Dang it all!
even as a Super Saiyan.
I'm still inferior to this low-class
See,
clown?
inferiority linked with victory and non-victory. That's his downfall. That's his downfall. See, try to investigate this, everyone. Because I know it's hard to wrap your heads around sometimes, but imagine somebody whose sole focus is victory, all right? Then imagine somebody else whose sole focus is truth, wisdom, you know? Again, this is Philonikia, Philosophia. I'm borrowing from Plato's dialogue, the Laches, for this discussion. But imagine somebody whose full focus is victory, okay? It's like, what do challenges provide other than ways to ensure victory later on? It's like, well, yeah, but if you're even searching for a way to be victorious, it's almost like I'm going to lose right there in order to achieve victory later. And if my whole thing is victory, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose in that first instance. I hope that kind of makes sense right there. And that's why I said it's really hard to kind of wrap your heads around what victory entails, because a lot of us, when we see victory, we associate it with like basketball and football. But sports, right? Where they're constantly improving in order to be victorious down the road. But it's like that constant improvement, it's almost like that becomes the priority over victory itself, you know? Because if it was solely victory, why not cheat, right? If it was solely victory, why not ensure that there are no challenges, right? Why even train? Why train at all? Just ensure your victory at all times by making sure there are no challenges. You see? The concept of challenges even becomes an antithesis to your focus. So you wholeheartedly see everything else as instrumental to victory itself. Victory at all costs, you know? So it's like, that kind of the selfishness, you're not even going to want to challenge yourself, because again, you may not even be the problem. The achievement of the victory is what is needed at the end. And again, I'm grabbing a lot from the Laches because it was two generals who were fighting over how to become courageous, and one of them was using a definition of courage that didn't quite work, and then when Socrates demonstrated that it didn't work and then appealed to the other general, I think it's Nicias, for the possibility, Laches was like, he started fighting back quite a bit on why his definition was inferior. It didn't matter the wisdom anymore. It didn't matter the opponent anymore. It was just trying to ensure victory in the discussion, you see? And there's just so much ripe fruit in that dialogue right there, just with that right there. Because Philonikia, according to Socrates, it's not just the antithesis, it is a barrier to wisdom. If your full focus is victory, you don't achieve wisdom. And to make this even clearer, the Platonic dialogues can be seen as a criticism of sophistry. Because even Socrates was executed because of the sophists of the time. The sophists who were just learning rhetoric. Rhetoric, which was the discussion they were having, was just so one opponent wins and the other one loses at all costs. So they would use fallacies and they would use underhanded tactics. They would make the weaker argument look stronger. One of the charges, unofficial charges of Socrates in the Apology. So a lot of the sophistry was due to this skepticism of even having a fundamental truth outside of victory itself. So that's kind of the things. And so we've seen this. These are the kind of things motivated by a sophist kind of understanding of life, where it's just victory, not wisdom. A skepticism that even wisdom exists, and everything is power. Everything is practicality. Everything is what works at the end of the day. You know, Plantigo would demonstrate in modern times how the focus on pure survival doesn't garner truth. In fact, truth can be an antithesis to survival. You know, I would say anybody who's interested should look up Alvin Plantinga's argument against like evolutionary epistemology, you know? So this is a big difference between these two. When your sole focus is victory, and it's something I struggle with, to be absolutely honest with you folks, it's something I struggle with as well, because it's like I hate losing so much that even the wisdom I garner in becoming a better individual pales in comparison to the loss. So my focus becomes pure victory. And when the focus is pure victory, it isn't about becoming a better individual anymore, or the wisdom associated with looking at myself as some kind of, not inferior, but looking at myself as not being all that I could be, you know, the virtue that is inherent in that kind of humbleness or humility, you know? So it's like, I'm not going to get off the beaten track to use Moses here. I'm not going to get off the beaten track to look at the burning bush, because I don't see the burning bush as something of interest, because I don't understand its ability to award me victory, you know? So that's something that these two, there's juxtaposition between Goku and Vegeta, and why I understand Vegeta so much more, even though I wish I could aspire to be the ideal of Goku, you know? I mean, Goku does represent my love of wisdom, my love of philosophy, because I'm always studying because of the joy I get in philosophy itself. But when it comes to fighting games, I am very much a Vegeta-oriented individual.
Truly be a Super Saiyan. You've got to be pure of heart, awakened by fury. That's what I am.
Well, that's not true. You don't have to be a pure heart to achieve Super Saiyan.
Your rage alone helped you reach the transformation, but you still lack what it takes to unlock its real power.
Interesting.
If you're taking your leave, you had better finish me off this time.
Oh, I'm not killing you. And no, it's not to make you feel any sense of shame.
What?
It's because I want to fight with you again someday.
That's
So the
Philosophia.
next time you feel ready, you can bet I'll be ready too.
Kakarot, you're a true Saiyan after all.
So he adjusts his definitions of what it means to be a Saiyan.
Then the next time we cross paths, I'll be stronger. Strong enough to crush you once and for all.
Man, can I get that outfit for base Vegeta? For Scouter Vegeta? Because that's sick right there.
And so, Goku and Vegeta's Super Saiyan rematch comes to an end. Our hero looks on as his newfound rival takes his leave of planet Namek.
Nice.
Goku triumphantly returns home to Earth to celebrate with his family and friends. Their world now at peace. As Goku continues to improve himself, one must wonder, how much stronger will he become? Only time and his next challenge will tell.
That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that right there. Character Vegeta GT unlocked. Oh, that's cool. So there we have it. That was an excellent What If episode. Base Vegeta, Scouter Vegeta with that Super Saiyan was awesome. The idea that he comes back and he takes out Frieza is amazing. You know, that's more than what I could have hoped for as a Vegeta fan. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun exploring these new storylines with you folks, and just sharing what comes to mind as we play through. That understanding of Goku, it took me a while to figure that out. Like I said, it was my love of Batman that eventually led me to realize what Goku represents. And then, of course, my studies in Eastern philosophy brought it to fruition, especially Daoism and Confucianism. But again, Goku is an ideal. You know, I think it's what a lot of people don't really understand. It's like the ideal is often hard to relate with. You know, this is why Superman back in the day needed kryptonite, because he needed some kind of weakness. Nobody wanted to read a comic book where somebody just comes in, takes everyone out, and leaves. You know, there's no conflict in that. And so obviously that's why I related way more to Vegeta as an individual with a big temper, as a prideful teenager, and as an individual who didn't know how to understand his Hawaiian heritage just yet. Because very much my father's side is very prideful about being Hawaiians. And I went through ups and downs of understanding what that pride really meant. Because a lot of what I was focused, a lot of what surrounded me was the weaknesses of the local people. And I'll probably discuss that a lot further next time. But the resurgence of my pride of being a Hawaiian, and the aspects of accepting my family and the life that I build, not as a what I could have been back in the day, but of who I am now and trying to be the best individual I can be, is very much that switch from Vegeta into a Goku type of formulation. And I've left that Vegeta Philonikia mentality in many areas, because philosophy kind of awoken that hidden dragon within me that relates very much to Goku's way philosophy of life. But there's still so many areas where I'm very much a Vegeta Philonikia type of individual, and one of them is fighting games. And anybody who watched my Dark Souls run and my Elden Ring run could see that as well. You know, the challenge. I wasn't accepting the challenges with so much love as a Goku would, but rather I accepted the challenges much more like a Vegeta in just wanting the victory. I wouldn't say no matter what, because I didn't cheese any of the bosses, but it was the victory that meant the most to me. So thank you all for sticking with me, and that long outro right there. And as usual, take some time with the classics, because they will awaken the hidden dragon within all of you, and I will see you next time.